What are you gonna do?
I'm going to kill them all, sir.
He's got a headache.
No, I don't.
How about now?
Yeah, it's coming on.
Everybody knows about garlic and stakes through the heart.
Yes, we all have our cross to bear.
You wanna know what's gonna happen? Let's wait and see.
Welcome to The Good, the Bad and the Odd with your host Mark. This week I'll be discussing the Martin Scorsese film from 2010, Shutter Island. First we'll run some trailers and then we'll get into the meat of it.
Alright, so now it's time for the clean promo, and I'm noticing that a lot of the promos we've received are way better than ours.
Yeah, but they're also for shows that are way better than ours. But hey, I'm El Goro.
And I'm the Cancer Man.
And we are the hosts of Talk Without Rhythm.
The only podcast that will not attract the worm.
That really doesn't explain what we do, sir.
We watch 2 movies a week, we review them, we chat about things, and occasionally we say something funny.
Yeah, but most of the time we just seem to make people angry.
That's because the American film viewing public can't handle most of what we have to say.
But if you think you can find us on iTunes. If you do a search for Talk Without Rhythm, you can also find us on our website, tworpodcast.blogspot.com, baby.
Deuces.
So clean.
Give you a briefing about the institution?
All I know is it's a mental hospital.
For the criminally insane.
Gentlemen, welcome to Shutter Island. You're hereby required to surrender your firearms.
We are duly appointed federal marshals.
But during your stay, you will obey protocol. Is that understood? We take only the most dangerous and damaged patients, ones no other hospital can manage.
These are all violent offenders, right? They've hurt people, murdered them in some cases.
In almost all cases, yes. We try to provide them with a measure of calm.
Personally, Doctor, I'd have to say screw their sense of calm. So this prisoner escapes in the last 24 hours.
We don't know how she got out of her room. It's as if she evaporated straight through the walls.
We haven't heard the truth once yet, but no one will talk. It's like they're scared of something.
It's all down, all the lines, even radio.
Whatever the hell's going on here, it's bad. We need to ask you some questions, okay?
Do you know what fear does to the mind? Corrodes it, rusts it.
This is a game. You're a rat in a maze. Who did this to you?
Going somewhere?
I've built something valuable here. I'm not going to give up without a fight.
What if while you were looking into them, they were looking into you? Now they have us both here now.
Let me see your face.
Let me see your damn face now! Don't move, don't move!
Wouldn't you agree? When you see a monster, you must stop it.
Okay, made in 2010, this starred Leonardo DiCaprio, Mark Ruffalo, before he really broke and became much more known to the general public when he played Banner in The Avengers, the Hulk, I should say. It also stars Ben Kingsley, Max von Sydow, and Emily Mortimer. This film looks wonderful, looks really, really nice, and combined with the really sharp imagery that Scorsese brought to it, and these wonderful locations he's got in this film, really, really terrific. I'm not sure how real a lot of it was. It all looked completely real to me, but it just looks such a magnificent building and architecture and stuff. It's hard to believe that it wasn't, and it just suits the film so well. It's hard to believe it wasn't built or manufactured or CGI'd even for this movie. Really, really nice. Excellent acting throughout. Really, whoever cast in this was really good. Leonardo DiCaprio was excellent in this, has to be said. As was Mark Ruffalo. And there was no weak performances at all, and there are a number of performances that are only in it for a little, but they were all quite significant, and the use of music was really good. Scorsese here was going for film noir, modern noir really, and with some touches of Hitchcock. There's also some touches of surrealism here and there, certainly a lot of dream sequences in here, and I rather enjoyed it, and the outcome I could kind of see coming, but I couldn't see exactly what was coming. However, I did have some issues with the movie. It seemed like I'm not going to spoil this, but it seemed like what you found out at the end seemed like, how can I put this? A lot of trouble was got to get to that point, more than it seemed to be worth. Let's put it that way. I'm not going to expand on that anymore. Actually, I don't want to spoil it. You have to see the film yourself if you want to know what's going on. However, I did have other problems with the film. It felt like a little... I think one of the problems is, I think I would have really liked to have seen this at the cinema because it looked spectacular, and I think it would have been overwhelming there. On the smaller screen, I couldn't help compare it to Inception, which covers some of the same ground as this, and it's got Leonardo DiCaprio in, suffering with some of the same issues. And I have to say, I think Inception's a better film. Certainly in the way it presents some of the ideas and what's going on, which can be kind of complex, but it does it in a way that I found it straightforward to follow. This one was also about how memory and guilt, maybe, and suffering and repressing memories, and memories emerging through it, even though that you've tried to suppress them. That's throughout this film too, as well as Inception. But I think Inception done it a little better. I can't remember if Inception came after this. I think it did. I can't remember for sure. But I really wish I'd have seen this on the big screen, and I think I'd have given it a much higher score. I would have found it much more overwhelming. I think this is really one of those ones you should see on the big screen. But miss me time now. So I do have issues with it. It is enjoyable and worth seeing, but I do think some of the issues it's covering was better done in Inception. What I really loved about this was the sets, the location. It was wonderful buildings and rooms, and there were sections in it that were in like darker parts of the asylum, which kind of reminded me of Arkham Asylum actually in the Batman game. But it was, dark and dank and weird cells. Also, like the basement that Hannibal Lecter's in Silence of the Lambs, it has that kind of feel, and we've seen that before. But that doesn't matter. It was done well here. I just think the choice of location of the island building was really effective, and I think this will make a good double bill with Scorsese's other noir, which was Cape Fear. The style and the richness he brings to these kind of films is really quite remarkable, and I do like his Cape Fear. I do prefer the original Cape Fear, having said that, but I think this one and Cape Fear would just go really well together and would be quite a night out actually. I personally would give this film 75 out of 100, so by no means a poor film in my opinion. It just suffered a bit with comparison with Inception, which is probably my own fault, and I just felt it was... I had a feeling there were some scenes missing, but there's nothing I can say, oh yeah, this was missing because they needed this to explain this. It's not that kind of feeling. It's kind of, I wanted a little more out of it, and I can't really articulate it more than that. Anyway, I give it 75 out of 100. IMDb has it as 8 out of 10, so IMDb has it as a bit higher. So it's well liked, it seems, this film. Definitely worth seeing if you haven't seen it, and if you have, fine, you'll know what I'm talking about. I'm sure that some people may disagree violently with me, and I'd be very, very happy to get feedback on this and read it out and discuss it. If you do want to leave any feedback, you can email at info@thegoodthebadandtheodd.com, or you can just visit our website www.thegoodthebadandtheodd.com and leave written feedback there. I'm happy also if you've got a way of recording your MP3s and emailing me them as an attachment. I'd be happy to play those if I can comment on them. That'd be quite cool. Anyway, recommend this film. I've issues with it, but it's still a very, very good film. I'd rate it as good. Okay then, bye. You can visit us at our website www.thegoodthebadandtheodd.com, or you can leave us feedback on info@thegoodthebadandtheodd.com. Any feedback you leave will be greatly appreciated, and we should be sure to mention you. We'd also very much like any iTunes reviews.